As far as the S&P goes, I do think the markets are overbought. Intraday, I took a couple shorts today. I'm going to keep it intraday this week because I'll probably trade Tuesday and Wednesday. 99% chance I don't trade Thursday. But what I'm looking for today, and why I was on the 15-minute earlier, like when the recording started, is I am going to play this. So technically, right now, this would be the short entry. Seeing this wick right here, we got some sellers right here. Nothing has closed and stayed. Like nothing's gone above this level and stayed above. We kind of have that line in the sand. And we technically just crossed the 1590 MA, and that's what I'm looking for. Is we close below and then we stay below. So right now would be the entry. What would suck is, this closes below, stays below, and then let's see if we can find a better example. We've seen plenty of candles like this where the next one just kind of burns it right back up. So probably not the best trade to take right there. We could start the waterfall, but that would be the more riskier setup. What you want to see is something like this where it breaks below, kind of confirms it, and then goes. With this particular story, a lot of selling coming up here, and I do think we are overbought. If we go to the daily, let's just check the RSI. At the open, we did gap down a little bit. So we kind of checked the overbought box. I mean, we got as high as 70.7. The 4 hour shows it a little bit more, but again, not to put a lot of weight on that, though that can stay overbought for some time. All it means is the strength is up, and you're certainly catching that knife. And this week, that's kind of what I'm doing. We're seeing just kind of some signs of some sellers, and I just think we're overbought. Pulling back into that yellow zone, I'm full-blown buying the dip. As far as the expected moves, nothing. NASDAQ, have we even done that on the NASDAQ yet? I'm actually short the ES. What I've been trading short is the ES. I was in the NASDAQ. I took quite a few trades today, smaller time frames, but I was long the NASDAQ earlier. Honestly, when this broke kind of close up here, I saw the buy momentum and rode that up. That wick ended up getting me out. So technically, right now, this would be your time to short that. But once it breaks above, I mean, your stop is just that candle trend right above. There's your wick at the end of the day. Just no one wanting to carry that risk overnight. Interesting. Intraday zones as far as the Grandpa Dow goes. Quite the burner on that one. What an amazing missed trade. Still bullish on that, no reason. Russell, man, if it hits that, I gotta say that zone's still just the dip buy. Moving into some questions I got. Let's see. What is the next ticker that's going to move like Palantir and Hood? I would probably have a standalone video on that if I know that. I like to make standalone videos when I see it, like specifically like I did with Hood and Palantir. Palantir at 10. Man, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if the AI stocks are going to start moving like that. I'm actually very bullish Hood with what they announced today and how they're tokenizing stuff. Long story short, what they're saying is you can buy an IOU from us. So Europe can kind of buy United States stocks, and instead of getting in an exchange and doing all that and listing it on a European exchange, what they're doing is they're buying tokens. That token is basically an IOU, and Robinhood's saying, "Don't worry, we got you. We got your shares on us. We're going to hold the shares. You hold the coupon, and we'll trade that coupon back and forth." So it's just a wider market. So I'm on board Hood quite a bit. Hood, I do think, is up there as well. I guess sending it. But if you've been watching anything that I've been talking about, how I'm in Hood, buying Hood, just bullish Hood, all of this just keeps running up. This was all-time highs. We're going to delete that right here. Almost 3 standard deviations today. That's a wild situation. And if it joins the S&P 500, you're going to see even more buyers. I'm still very bullish Hood. What I would do now, I have been saying this is the next one, but you put it in your question. Kind of like when I break down dividend tickers. Let's say I'm going to buy 10. I'm going to buy 3 right now, 5 on a pullback, an additional 2 if it dips even further. But that's kind of how I would take it right now. Technically, you kind of feel like you're chasing. There's a lot of bullish things about it, and given this week, it just might continue up. You might get a nice buffer. You don't know where that pullback is going to happen. It could be here, could push up another $40 and then pull back. Worst case scenario, that's the absolute peak, which is why you don't just whole account this thing right now. If I were to take it as a trade, I would have to put my stop probably 92.45. breaks that, and then this will end up probably being a zone later, and I'll wait for a retest of that. That's my favorite one, other than HIMS. And I've been saying for a while, HIMS and Hood are the two ones, my two biggest ones right now.